I should have turned around the moment I saw the house. It was massive, way too big for just one family. Old, with chipped white paint and vines curling around the porch columns. It looked like it had been beautiful once, but time had worn it down. Still, the pay was too good to pass up. $400 for one night of babysitting twins. I was 17 and broke. I needed the money. Mrs. Grayson answered the door before I could knock. She was tall and thin, her eyes always darting, like she was expecting something to lunge at her from the shadows. "The twins are upstairs," she said quickly. "We'll be home around 2 a.m. You'll be fine, as long as you follow the rules." She handed me a typed sheet of paper, and her hands were trembling. "Please," she said, "don't ignore them. The rules. The twins must be fed by 8 p.m. sharp. Do not feed them meat, ever. After they eat, they'll hide. You must find them both before 9 p.m. If you find them in the closet, do not open it. Knock 3 times, say, 'Come out,' and wait. If only one comes out, do not panic. Just keep searching. They must be in bed by 10 p.m. If either asks for a bedtime story, decline politely. Do not let them near the basement. If you hear knocking after midnight, do not answer the door. No one is supposed to come. If either twin appears after midnight, check their eyes. If they're black, lock the door and hide." I laughed when I first read it. I thought it was a joke. Maybe something to scare off bad babysitters. "Are you serious?" I asked. But Mrs. Grayson didn't smile. "We'll be back at 2, she said, grabbing her coat. "Don't fall asleep." Then she was gone. The twins, Leah and Lyle, were strange. They were identical. Pale, quiet, big dark eyes. They didn't speak unless spoken to, and even then, their voices were a whisper. At 7:55 p.m., I gave them the pasta their mom left in the fridge. At exactly 8 p.m., they both stopped chewing and looked at me. At the same time, no expression, no warning, just froze mid-bite. Then they stood up and bolted in opposite directions. I remembered the rule. Find them before 9 o'clock. It took me 30 minutes to find Lyle. He was under the bed, smiling, eyes wide open. "I'm ready for bed," he said. Creepy, but easy. Leah took longer. I finally found her in the closet of the guest room. I reached for the handle, then froze. Rule 4, if they're in the closet, do not open it. Knock 3 times. I backed up, knocked. 1, 2, 3. "Come out," I said, feeling ridiculous. The door creaked open on its own. She stepped out slowly, her head tilted. "You followed the rules," she whispered, then smiled. Her teeth were too sharp. They were in bed by 9:45. At 10:15, I heard a knock. Not at the door, at the basement hatch. Software rhythmic. I checked the list again. Nothing about basement knocking. Just don't let them near it. I crept to the kitchen and peered into the hallway. The twins' room was dark, silent, but the hatch at the far end of the hall was open. Leah stood at the top of the stairs. "What are you doing?" I whispered. She didn't answer. Her eyes looked wrong, too wide, no light in them. "Leah?" I stepped closer. Then I heard a giggle from behind me. I turned. Leah stood behind me, sleepy-eyed in her pajamas. "I was in bed," she said. I looked back toward the hatch. The other Leah was gone. After that, I locked their door, sat on the couch, staring at the rules. My heart was racing. 11:30, quiet, too quiet. At 12:01 a.m., someone knocked at the front door. 3 times. I tiptoed to the peephole. A man stood there, pale, black suit, no expression. He wasn't moving. I stared. 5 seconds. 10. Then he smiled. It didn't reach his eyes. I backed away. Rule 9. Do not answer the door. I ran back to the living room, grabbed my phone. No signal. When I looked back, the man was gone, but the door was unlocked. 12:45 a.m. I heard a thud upstairs. Footsteps. One of the twins. I grabbed the flashlight and crept up. The door to their room was wide open. Lyle stood at the top of the stairs, staring at me. His eyes were pitch black. No whites. Just bottomless pits. I bolted back downstairs and locked myself in the bathroom. My heart was pounding. Then came the scratching. Outside the door. Slow. Deliberate. He whispered something. I couldn't make it out. Then silence. I stayed locked in there until morning. Mrs. Grayson was back by 6:30 a.m. She looked like she hadn't slept. She saw my face and just nodded. "You followed the rules," she said. "Good." She handed me a wad of cash, and I left without saying a word. That was a week ago. Last night, someone left an envelope at my door. Inside was another list of rules. This time, for a new job. But this one doesn't pay money. It says, "You've been chosen. There is no quitting. Do not run. Do not hide." I'm not a babysitter anymore. I think I'm the one being watched now. Thanks for watching Cryptic Chronicles. If you love eerie stories and creepy tales, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more. See you in the next one.